Are they better off missing the postseason?
It's so hard to tell because I would say they might be at this point, but in the same vein, they make that first round. You get the bonus of adding a year to that list. Uh, then if you go out in disappointing fashion, what's 4 more games, right? What is 4 more games to this team? What changes? What changes there? Does this is assuming they get swept as well. Like let's say they win, say they knock off a win or two. What legitimate what changes do fans want to see here? Right? What do they want to see? They want to see the new general manager take over. They want to see ownership give a damn. They want to see sweeping changes to the bottom six and maybe the defense and maybe the goaltending. What does a first round exit take away from that list? I mean, maybe Jari sticks around. Maybe the goaltending doesn't become a conversation anymore because you're going to need good goaltending at this point to get into the playoffs. So if you get in, maybe Jari proved himself, right? There's that. Like I said, I'm not expecting the bottom six to wake up anytime soon. So if they make it to the second round, okay, now things are not going to change. But at the same time, they made it to the second round. What went right? So I think making it in is, I don't want to say a win-win for sake of this whole situation, but I think they might be okay going in. They might be better off going in because also get into the playoffs, anything's possible. We've seen 8s go on runs. Mm-hmm. The Penguins feel like a 9, though. That's kind of the thing, right? They don't feel like a team that can do it. This is going to be a very interesting and philosophical question for the next couple of weeks here, but I think getting in, and as disappointing as it would be, it would crush a fan base to watch this team lose in the first round again, but maybe we have a little bit of a different experience if we're expecting it. It hurts a little less. So I think it's a win-win getting in. I think I've talked myself into it, that you get in. If you get out in the first round, like I said, you're going to get those changes you're looking for because the expectations are higher. Hopefully, with any good luck, ownership is watching and paying attention to what needs to be changed and what needs to be done, front office wise. And hopefully whoever the next face is knows what needs to be done to the lineup. I have a lot of I thinks. It's but it's just not coming out. I think a lot of things can go right for the Penguins if during this offseason if they don't get in, but also if they get in and take a first round exit. But again, if they get in and win a round, we're a happier fan base, we're a happier group, and something went right, clearly.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you can make the playoffs, you're always better off making the playoffs. You know, everybody's saying, you know, if you miss the playoffs, if you tank now real hard, you get a half-decent chance at Connor Bedard.
It's not happening,
you don't.
Okay.
you really don't. You don't get a half-decent chance. You get a 3% chance instead of a 0.1% chance. Like that's it. And if you make the playoffs, you get a 0% chance. But like, you're not better off. You're not going to get that position. You're not going to move up in the draft lottery. That's not going to happen. And even if you do and you don't get Connor Bedard, is that really much better off? You have that player, and that's great. That's phenomenal. I'm not knocking whoever's number 2, Adam Fantilli, Matvei Michkov. I'm not knocking those guys. But at the same time, if you can make the playoffs, you're always better off making the playoffs. This is the take. Like, if you're on the other side of this, nothing against Jake. It's going to sound like it's coming out against Jake. But if you're on the other side of this take that they're better off missing the playoffs, you're spoiled. Because if you can make the playoffs, make the playoffs. It's the same thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did I want to see the Pittsburgh Steelers make the playoffs this year? Yeah, I did. Did I want to watch them in the playoffs? No. Do I want to watch this Pittsburgh Penguins team potentially in the postseason? No. As a hockey fan, that's probably not the most entertaining thing that can happen, especially when you have Florida and the Kachucks and all of that going on. But do I want them to make the postseason? Yes, for several reasons. I want to cover a playoff series again because it's always fun. You can have a chance to potentially shock everybody and pull off an upset. If they get into the second round, then there you go. They've broken the curse of the string of losing playoff series. if they do not get into the postseason, there's not much of a difference between that, like you mentioned, and losing in the first round. So why not get into the playoffs and give yourself a shot? Like, you're better off always giving yourself an opportunity, because all you need, we always mention, all you need is a goaltender to get hot at the right moment. And while Tristan Jarry hasn't shown much life since returning, he has it in him somewhere. If he finds it, the Pittsburgh Penguins are much better off.